Right, so this is sort of the second half of the video. The first half was 2 days ago, and there was this issue which I largely felt was due to miscommunication. We had 4 days left, and we were at 16k, and I just felt, sort of the lodge had been misplayed. I didn't think that the event had been misplayed. I felt that lodge had, and this is sort of the before and after. That was at the beginning, and I was saying, look, like we need to go now. We're in this mixed up situation. But now I've told everyone to go, and I know you don't like it, and I don't like it either. This event is terrible, but we have players that deserve gold crate. So, we are one team, and you really all need to start working together like you normally do. I know you don't like it, but you have to do it. I know this is just the power of my lodge in general, though, right? We had 16k 2 days ago in an absolutely terrible event where the highest score is 49. But I mean, even top 10 is around like 29, 20. Like that's not a top 10. This is more normal. 50k for top 10 is extremely normal. This shows how bad the event was. No one was playing it. Everyone hated it. Everyone was doing the bare minimum. They just didn't enjoy it. But in the space of 2 days, SP got 10k. And I mean, to some degree, this video is largely just a brag because I said let's go, and you always get a little bit, worried because you have to start chasing people and direct messaging, just saying, look, you haven't hit your total. What's going on? Like, is there a situation or is it a real life issue or something? You have to start chasing people down. I'm not really comfortable with it. I don't really like it, but I mean, if you're hitting 1800, then it's not really acceptable to say, oh, well, I don't really want to play. But we only really had one issue. Everyone, I talked to the players that were sort of falling behind. I mean, 2 days ago had 75 points. Now he has 4k, which is what you'd expect from a captain, to be honest. He always does that. I think he just sort of sees the game a different way from how normal players do. I don't want to put him on a pedestal, give him a big head or anything, but he just started and he flipped a switch and now he's at 4k and you're thinking, well, sorted, right? Spellbreaker did this today. I messaged him this morning. He was at about 100. He was at like 0 or 100 or something. And I messaged just saying, like, what is the situation with event? Like, are you struggling? Because I had a DM this morning from another player just saying they'd done a times 10, but they got 0 points out of it, and they were just really struggling with the event. Are you doing the same? And he said, sort of, he was struggling a little bit, but he was going to make a major push. And he's just gone from 100 points to 2k, like pretty much just today. He just did it, and it's just, I keep saying it's a relief though, because you think you know your players, and you really hope that you do. And you feel like your lodge is a great lodge where everyone is willing to sort of do this. Even if they don't personally want to do it, sometimes you've got to help your teammates out. And if they deserve the gold crate, you need to do it even if you don't like doing it. You need to do it. And I mean the player in question was actually Nasan. He like DM'd me this morning, just said, look, I did a 10 times 10 run, but it just didn't work. Like I got 0 points out of it. It's a bit embarrassing, but like I'll try and make it up in the next event. And I messaged back just saying, just that's fine in a way. Thanks for letting me know because at least we can keep track of exactly what's happening. And I really do understand because this event is just so weird. This Titan event, we've got like our players have 6 months of experience with normal events, but things like board control and hand advantage don't mean what they do in a normal event. Like, all the sort of the basics or the concepts that we've been building and, all the gameplay, it just doesn't quite mean as much in this Titan event unless your name is Seven Circles, in which case, I've got to ask him what his background is. I don't know what games he used to play, but he he actually said the event was refreshing. So that's just captains for you. Not me, but there's a reason some people are captains, and it's because when you need them to do. Although I already said to Seven as well. I messaged him just saying, if you can you just do it. I know you're busy at work, but can you just sort of do it? Um, I mean, like this is largely a lodge brag, right? Like, my lodge came through. The players that didn't come through, have honestly said, look, like I did the best I could. I did a times 10 ticket run and I'm low on tickets now. It just didn't work out, but I am trying and I will make it up. And the only issue was Blog, who is not in our lodge chat anymore, just said, look, like this event is BS. I know other players have, sort of put the work in, even if they didn't enjoy it. They put the work in, but I'm not going to do that. I refuse. I refuse to play this event. And I've got 44 tickets. And in the end, I messaged him like, why would you, why would you make that public? Like, why would you? All you're doing there, like, what are you hoping to achieve by doing that? It's just it. Oh, it honestly really, really annoys me. There's just no need. Like, privately message one of the captains to say, look, next event I'll really smash it. But this event, I'm just throwing tickets away. Like, I'm not good at the event. I'm struggling with it. I just don't like it. All you're doing here is just pissing people off. Really big. Like, that's not the way. And then just saying, like, I'm not going to do it. Kick me. So, I mean, 30 minutes after seeing, blog saying, well, I'm not going to do it. I know that other people deserve a gold crate and that we're all one team, but I'm just not. I'm refused to play this event. I'm just not going to do it. And just post like, the fact he posted it in public as well. So, I mean, 30 minutes after seeing that, I'd already recruited someone else in, which is this guy. I wish his name was what it was previously. He changed it to Starties 11 now, but I mean, that was it. You dared me to kick you, and I kicked you. I don't play around. What you just did here was completely over the line. That was the only issue. Like, one player out of 20, there was an issue with. Everyone else either just stepped up massively. Robo as well. I did say in the last video, he he always comes in at the end, and now he's got 1.9, and you're thinking, well, this is in its own way this is a big deal as well because Ryzen did have 1590 and he hated it. And if I was him, I'd have felt like, look, I've gone way over, what is expected of me. I've really put in my part, and I'd have just, sat down. Like at that point, especially with us, I mean, we're way over now, but we were so close to 25k. It's clear we were going to get there. He didn't really need to do anything, but you can see like he's gone up to 1650. So that's another 60 points he's done. He's done another one ticket run, and he didn't like. It's the small things that count sometimes. Ryzen didn't have to do that, but obviously is noticed and it is appreciated that he even did just one more run because he's just I don't know. I mean, good teamwork or something. It's clear he didn't enjoy it. It's clear that most of our players didn't enjoy it, but they still did it. And this is it. Like this is the power of SP. That's ridiculous. Like in its own way, that's ridiculous. We have done like 10k in a single day before. We've done 10k in like 5 hours before. But 2 days just an event that absolutely people are hating, and even with people getting times 10s and getting 0 wins, because of just how rubbish like skill doesn't matter in this event, and all those that built up ability doesn't matter quite as much. I love board. It probably explains why I'm so terrible at this event because I love board control, and this isn't about board control. This event, it's just you've mostly got your board at the start of the game. And there's not much control involved, it's just about maximising damage, normally to the face. So I sucked at this event. It's a relief that everyone around me pulled together, and they really did pull together. Like I said go, everyone went. This is sort of amazing, and now I can afford to sit back. This video is basically the result, and I was wondering in the first one, did I misplay it? I really feel like I should have just said at the start, everyone hit minimum, and that's okay. But we didn't, and players thought we were dropping it. But I mean, they really came through in the end, and it feels pretty great to see. So, okay, well, how do I unlock Primarchs? I wish we all knew how to unlock Primarchs. That's true. That's it. Anyway, I suppose that's the video. What else is there to say? Like, I was worried about having to sort of get the stick out instead of the carrot and just saying, look, guys, you hate it, tough luck. We have to get to it. And I've spent all day in my lunch break and before work and even on the bus back from work having to get people on Discord and just say, you haven't hit the points total. We've had quite a few players that have tried, but they just haven't been able to do it. Is this situation the same with you? And mostly everyone has been saying the same thing, which is, yeah, I tried, but the event just wasn't good and I didn't do very well, which is quite tough to admit. But at least I know that you've used tickets on the event and you have tried. And I don't think this is a realistic measure of anyone's ability anyway. Macenas at 795 that's not realistic for Macenas. He's a ridiculously good player. And normally you would get way higher. Like these aren't representative scores. This event was too weird. None of this really means anything. As a captain, I'm sort of stuck a little bit, in as much as even though I've already told Nathan, look, I have to sort of look like I'm doing something. As a captain, I have to at least look like I'm doing something. It doesn't really mean anything, but I have to demote you for not hitting minimum. But I know full well that in a normal event, you're going to get that back straight away. And as soon as you hit minimum, you get veteran back straight away. It doesn't mean anything. I know it's all love between us. I'm not upset or anything. I greatly respect sort of what happened. I know you tried, and the event is rubbish. So hopefully, I know he's just going to hit minimum and just go back up to veteran. None of this should mean anything. There are no issues here. He only just came in 2 days ago, so I'm not expecting too much from him. And then hopefully after that, it's just perfect. Like maybe this was the way to handle it if you end up in that situation halfway through an event. But based on the previous video, the best thing to do in the first place is just go, oh well, you hate it. Then just hit minimum, and then you can leave the event alone. I don't know. It feels good to see anyway. Some of these players, I mean, just ridiculous. Like, it's just so ridiculous when you get a player starting at 100 and then he's at just like that 2300. He just I don't know. Some of these players can just flip the switch. They thought we were out. As soon as I sent it out and said, look, actually we're in. We have to be in. Too many players have done the job. Like he's just got 2k out of nowhere. Robo just got 2k out. Like, oh, just beasts, man. Just beasts.